It is now official. CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics.
Rachel Zegler's done it again. This time, she's lit the match. After already catching heat from fans over her Disney remake comments and the South Park parody drama, you'd think she'd play it safe. But nope, now she's taking shots at Trump and his supporters, saying they should never know peace. A pretty wild way to share your political opinions, right? Some folks cheer her on, while others think she's completely lost the plot. So has Rachel crossed the line again, or is she just saying what others are too afraid to? The shocking statement. It's the morning after the US elections and you're scrolling through your phone. Everyone's talking. Emotions are everywhere, and then, boom, you see a comment from Rachel Zegler, Hollywood's rising star. But this isn't just any comment. She says, "May Trump supporters and Trump voters and himself never know peace." Let that sink in. This isn't just a casual joke or a harmless meme. It's a serious dig aimed at 72 million Americans. Yes, million. That's about the same as the population of France. Suddenly, Rachel Zegler, the star of West Side Story, isn't just a rising Hollywood star. She's at the center of a considerable backlash. Again, the backlash was immediate. Conservatives called her another out-of-touch Hollywood elitist, saying her words were hateful and divisive. Even some moderates and Democrats jumped in, saying, "Whoa, Rachel, that's not it." But of course, some fans rushed to her defense. She's just being honest, they claimed. It's her opinion. Others argued it was frustration speaking, not hatred. Frustration at what? The election, the state of the country, maybe a bad coffee order? Whatever it was, it turned her into a lightning rod. The internet exploded as usual. People created memes, wrote threads, and made entire YouTube videos debating whether Zegler had crossed the line or was expressing the frustration many felt. Now let's not pretend this is just about one celebrity's fiery comment. Rachel's words hit a nerve because they point to something bigger, something that's behind every tweet, every post, and every political debate in America right now. Think about it. The elections were already a powder keg, with friends unfollowing friends, families arguing at dinner tables, and strangers throwing shade in comment sections. Then Rachel tossed a match onto an already burning fire. Her words symbolized the deep divides in American society, which seem to grow wider with every new post. It's not just politics anymore. It's personal. People don't just disagree, they see each other as enemies. And let's be honest, Rachel's comment wasn't exactly a bridge-building exercise. It was more like, hey, let's take this divide and dig a canyon. A divide between red and blue. Let's take a moment. Rachel Zegler isn't the first and won't be the last Hollywood star to say something controversial. Remember American actor and film producer Robert De Niro's anti-Trump rants or Paul Bettany's sarcastic comments? It's almost expected in Hollywood. Speak your mind, no matter how bold, and let the reactions roll in. So why did Rachel's comments stand out so much? Maybe it's because she's still new to fame, or maybe people expect rising stars to be, well, rising, hopeful, inspiring, and uniting. Whatever the reason, her words didn't just cause backlash, they started a bigger conversation. And let's be honest, once you say something as bold as "never know peace," it's not easy to take it back. Here's the thing. Rachel Zegler is just 23, and it's hard to say if her words carry any real weight in political discussions. In a divided world, she might be another voice in the noise. Still, her comment sparked a larger conversation, not just about her, but about celebrities' role in politics and whether their influence helps or hurts. So where does this leave Rachel? Is she a victim of cancel culture, or did she play a hand in her controversy? Do not forget the Snow White and South Park drama. And more importantly, how did this Hollywood storm expose an even bigger problem? The disconnect between celebrities and their audiences. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, is Hollywood still connected to the people it claims to inspire, or is it stuck in its shrinking bubble? Hollywood's echo chamber problem. All right, let's talk about Hollywood. You know, the land of glitz, glamour, and political endorsements. Over the past few weeks, it felt like every celebrity and their dog was out there campaigning for the Democratic Party. From Instagram stories to award show speeches, stars practically beg their followers to vote blue. And hey, there's nothing wrong with having a political opinion. But here's the thing, it wasn't exactly a balanced conversation. Hollywood's love affair with the Democratic Party is no secret. It's almost as if there's an unspoken rule in Tinseltown: you support Democrats or you keep quiet. Except, of course, for a few brave outliers like Zachary Levi. While most stars lined up to back the Democrats, Levi stuck his neck out and gave a rare Republican endorsement. It was like spotting a unicorn at the Oscars. But one lone voice in a sea of blue hardly makes for a fair fight. And you know what the interesting part is? After all the celebrity campaigning, the election results came in. And surprise, a huge chunk of the country voted Republican. We're talking tens of millions of people, enough to make you wonder, who exactly is Hollywood talking to? Because it sure doesn't seem like they're speaking for the average voter. The numbers don't lie. This wasn't a one-sided victory. So why does Hollywood act like it was? It's like you're at a party. Everyone is raving about avocado toast, saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. But when you look around, you see that half the room eats pancakes instead. That's how Hollywood feels right now. They're in their bubble, enjoying lattes and avocado, while half the country is eating pancakes and wondering why no one is talking about syrup. It's not just about political endorsements either. It's the tone, the messaging, the vibe. Hollywood seems to forget that their audience isn't just one group of people. Sure, some viewers love the Instagram live sessions, the impassioned speeches, and the hashtags. But others see it and think, oh great, another lecture from someone who lives in a mansion. It's hard to feel connected to someone when it seems like they're looking down at you from a Beverly Hills balcony. And let's be real, people go to the movies to escape. They want to laugh, cry, or cheer for the hero, not sit through a political ad. Yet more and more, it feels like Hollywood is trying to tell us what to think instead of letting us enjoy the story. It's like ordering a pizza and getting a side of unrequested advice about how to vote. No one asked for it, but there it is. But why does this matter? Because Hollywood isn't just about making movies. It's a cultural powerhouse. It sets trends, makes conversations, and influences how we see the world. That's a big responsibility. So when Hollywood seems out of touch with half the country, it's a problem. It's not just about politics, it's about connection. If your audience feels alienated, how can you expect them to show up for your next blockbuster? After all the debate, the big question is, has Hollywood lost touch with the people it claims to represent? Because the election results tell one story, but Hollywood seems to be living in a completely different one. Does Hollywood even notice this divide, or are they too busy talking to themselves to see what's happening? And if they do know, do they want to change? Let's take a closer look at how this gap happens and how social media makes it worse. The effect of social media. Now let's talk about what really happened after Rachel Zegler hit post. Her comment didn't just stay on her feed, it spread like wildfire. Screenshots, retweets, reaction videos, you name it. Within hours, it was all over Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Suddenly, her words weren't just words, they were the talk of the internet. People weren't just reacting, they were dissecting, debating, and sometimes downright raging. Social media has this magical ability to turn molehills into mountains. What might have been a one-off comment became a trending topic faster than you could say algorithm. Some users were furious, labeling Zegler as hateful and divisive. Others defended her, saying she was expressing frustration. And then there were the trolls, gleefully jumping in to stir the pot. The result? A digital free-for-all with Zegler's name at the center of it all. But let's be honest, this isn't just about Rachel Zegler. It's about the beast of social media. These platforms are all about drama. You know, algorithms are designed to keep you scrolling, and what keeps you scrolling better than a juicy controversy? Posts that spark outrage or strong emotions are boosted to the top, ensuring everyone sees them. It's like pouring gasoline on a campfire. Things get big, fast, and then comes the shaming culture. We've all seen it. A single comment can snowball into a campaign to cancel someone. People dig up old tweets, demand apologies, and sometimes even call for careers to be ruined. It's almost like a sport now. Some call it accountability, others call it mob mentality. Whatever you call it, one thing's for sure, it's messy. Rachel Zegler's case was no different. Once her comment went viral, people started questioning her character, her career, and even her right to be a public figure. On the flip side, her supporters portrayed her as a victim of cancel culture. They argued that she was being unfairly attacked for simply voicing her opinion. But does social media really reflect how divided we are? Or is it making things worse? Think about it. Platforms like Twitter create echo chambers, where you mostly see posts that match your views. If you're a fan of Zegler, your feed was probably filled with posts defending her. If you're not, you likely saw threads tearing her down. It's like being in two completely different worlds. Both sides think they're right. This brings us to the central part of the controversy. Social media doesn't just amplify division, it profits from it. The more we argue, the more we click, and the more ads they can show us. It's a cycle that keeps feeding itself, turning small disagreements into full-blown battles. And the worst part? We're all caught in it. Even if you try to stay out of the drama, the algorithms find a way to drag you in. So what does this mean for someone like Rachel Zegler? On the one hand, she gets more attention. Her name trends, her followers grow, and her reach expands. On the other hand, she becomes a target. Every word she says is scrutinized, and every mistake is magnified. It's a double-edged sword, and there's no easy way out. But fame is what it is, either good or bad. And maybe that's the reason Rachel jumped into every controversial conversation. Hollywood and politics. Let's take a little trip back to the Cold War era. The world is tense, nations are at odds, and people are looking for anything to lift their spirits. And what does Hollywood do? It steps up to the plate. The silver screen became a spokesperson for unity. Films like Rocky IV didn't just entertain, they inspired. It wasn't just about boxing, it was a metaphor for perseverance, hope, and even global understanding. For a moment, no matter who you were or where you stood politically, you could sit in a dark theater, munch on popcorn, and feel part of something bigger. Hollywood back then knew its audience. It understood the power of a good story to bring people together. Movies were not just products, they were experiences that united people across political and cultural divides. Whether you were a Republican or Democrat or didn't care about politics, you could enjoy Top Gun or Indiana Jones without feeling like the story was trying to lecture you. That was Hollywood at its best. Now, fast forward to today. Things look different, don't they? Instead of uniting, Hollywood seems to be picking sides, and it's not subtle. Politically charged comments from celebrities like Rachel Zegler and Robert De Niro have become the norm. It's like watching a movie where characters shout their agenda at the audience. The magic of storytelling has been swapped for soapbox moments, and many people are tuning out. Don't get us wrong, there's nothing wrong with speaking your mind. However, something gets lost when Hollywood makes it feel like only one perspective matters. Audiences start to feel excluded as if they're no longer part of the story. And isn't the whole point of movies to make everyone feel included? To create worlds where we can escape our differences even for a couple of hours? Hollywood has the power to heal. It has the tools, the talent, and the reach to bridge divides. But instead it seems more focused on deepening them. Imagine if it chose to accept all perspectives instead of taking sides. What if Hollywood stopped treating differing opinions like enemies and started seeing them as part of the bigger picture? It's not like Hollywood hasn't done this before. During the civil rights movement, films like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner challenged prejudices while still appealing to wide audiences. These movies didn't shout at people. They started conversations. That's the kind of storytelling we need now. Stories that make us think, connect, and most importantly, understand. But let's be real, this is not going to happen overnight. Hollywood is stuck in its bubble, and breaking out of it will take effort. It will mean stepping away from the echo chambers of social media and listening to the people in those theater seats. It will mean creating characters and plots that don't just cater to one group, but align with everyone. And yes, it will mean making room for diverse viewpoints, not just on screen, but behind the scenes too. Will Hollywood continue down this path of division, or will it rise to the occasion and become a force for unity? And what role do we, the audience, play in creating that future? The cultural responsibility of celebrities. Let's face it, celebrities hold a lot of power. They don't just star in movies or drop hit songs. They shape trends, spark conversations, and sometimes even influence politics. And the 2024 presidential election is proof of this influence. Whether it's a video tweet, an award show speech, or an Instagram story, their words can travel faster than a Marvel movie spoiler. But this power cuts both ways. Use it wisely and you inspire millions. Use it recklessly and ask Rachel Zegler how that's going. Take a moment to think about it. Celebrities are like modern-day oracles. We look to them for entertainment and guidance on issues that matter. It's a strange kind of relationship. We've never met them, but we care about what they think. And for the most part, they're happy to share. But what happens when their sharing alienates the people who made them famous in the first place? That's when things get messy. Rachel Zegler's comment about Trump supporters is a prime example, but she's not alone. From Robert De Niro's fiery speeches to Paul Bettany's sarcastic jabs, politically charged comments have become almost routine in Hollywood. There are countless examples out there. These statements might earn applause from like-minded fans, but also have consequences. For every person cheering, there's someone else rolling their eyes, or worse, deciding they'll never watch another movie with that star again. And it's not just about losing fans, there's a ripple effect. When celebrities take a strong stance, it often overshadows their work. Suddenly, the focus isn't on their latest role or album, but their opinions. Their art gets tangled up in controversy, and they risk being seen as divisive rather than inspiring. It's a tricky tightrope, and not everyone does it gracefully. But what is required is that celebrities don't have to divide people. They have the power to unite. Think about someone like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's one of the world's biggest stars, yet he manages to appeal to just about everyone. How? Focusing on values that cut across political lines, hard work, family, and a little humor. He's proof that you don't have to alienate people to make a point. Imagine if more celebrities followed that example. Instead of shouting their opinions from the rooftops, they could use their platforms to start conversations. They could amplify voices from all sides, showing that it's okay to disagree as long as we listen to each other. They could focus on what unites us instead of what divides us. It sounds simple, but in today's world, it would be revolutionary. Of course, this isn't to say celebrities shouldn't speak out. They're people too, and they have every right to share their thoughts. But with great power comes great responsibility. When your words can reach millions, you must think about how they'll land. Are you sparking a conversation or starting a fight? Are you bringing people together or pushing them apart? These are the questions every celebrity should ask themselves before hitting post. And let's not forget the audience's role in all this. We love to build celebrities up, but we're just as quick to tear them down. Maybe we should stop treating every comment as a call to arms. Maybe it's time we give each other and our favorite stars a little grace. After all, they're going through the same chaotic world we are. They have brighter spotlights on them. So, what's the solution? Should celebrities stick to entertainment, or do they have a duty to take a stand? It's not an easy question, and there's no one-size-fits-all answer. But one thing is clear. The way forward must involve more listening, understanding, and much less shouting. And that brings us to Hollywood itself. If the stars are the face of the industry, what responsibility does the machine behind them hold? How can the entertainment world reclaim its role as a unifying force? Because if Hollywood wants to lead the way, it needs to start leading by example. So what do you think? Did Rachel Zegler boldly express her opinion, or did she put herself under unnecessary pressure with such a serious comment? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.